Come spend 5 minutes with me to make a big, beautiful bow. This is a super scrap-friendly pattern. So here I am cutting my strips and getting all my blocks together to make a really scrappy look. So the more fabric, the better. Again, you can use scraps, anything you have around. It's a lot of chain piecing to get all this put together. So you're going to chain piece and make all of your sets for both the bow top and the tails, which are made and assembled separately. And then at the very end, as you'll see, we're going to put them together and make them into that classic bow shape. So chain stitching really saves a lot of time, and that was one of my main strategies to be able to knock this bow out. The first time it'll probably take you about 4 hours, but I've got it down to about 2 now. You can also play around with size, so smaller blocks will make a smaller bow. So just getting everything put together, playing around with what matches up well, and making sure my patterns don't touch each other in my pieces. So I worked on the top first, and now I am working on the tails here and getting all of those pieced together. I find it kind of funny that the part that is the easiest kind of takes the longest to do all of this. So this is all super easy, especially if you've quilted before. So I made my quilt sandwich, and I did batting first, then back up, right side up, and then the top right side down. So once you have this all trimmed up, you want to snip these little corners. This makes a huge difference when you're going to turn this right side out. So make sure you do a nice little snip and get as close as you can to your seam without actually cutting into your seam. And this is my favorite part, possibly. I love flipping it and really getting to see it start to come to life. So now the big thing is that when I sewed it, I had to leave that little opening. So it's about a 4-inch opening. And so I really take my time here to make sure that I get that pressed in on itself, and I use clips once I get it ironed down. Because we're going to do a 1/4-inch top stitch all the way around. So you close that little hole, and you're going to come back to your machine, 1/4-inch all the way around, and close it up. So now I'm starting on my tails. I do the same thing. I left a 4-inch opening on the side and stitched all the way around, leaving that opening. Came back, trimmed it up. Now, this is the part that may be a little confusing, but I basically played around with how deep I wanted that V to be on the edge of the bow. So I looked at a couple different measurements. The square ruler really kind of helped me figure out the best placement for that V. So I just kind of measured how deep I wanted it, and that really worked well for me. So you do that to both edges, and the big thing is save that triangle. You're going to need those 2 triangles at the end. So you come back and close the edges up once you've trimmed. And again, you got to come in here, trim those little notches, all 4. And then that little point right there, critical. Otherwise, you're going to get a really lumpy, messy look when you flip it inside out. So make sure you do that little notch into the V as close as you can get without messing up the stitch on the edge there. So press, press, press. Get the opening, the 4-inch opening, closed up and pinned. And would it even be a project if you didn't run out of bobbin thread? Stitch that 1/4-inch back over, and now you're going to make the center loop of your bow. So I kind of trim off the excess there, turn them right side out, and pin the opening closed, and basically put them together just like you would binding on the edge of a quilt. So to assemble the bow top and bow bottom, you just do a little accordion action here at the center point of both. And one of my pattern testers suggested a zip tie, which is absolutely amazing and worked so well. And you just trim it up. This is a super easy pattern, really beginner friendly. I have the full pattern on my website, so you can check my link in bio and give it a try. It's very detailed, lots of pictures, and good for everyone.